And here we ought to find words that will read like this. And Bezalel and Olivet, and every gifted artisan in whom the Lord had put wisdom and understanding, to know how to do all manners of work for the service of the sanctuary, shall do according to all that the Lord has commanded. Then Moses called Bezalel and Olivet and every gifted artisan to whom the heart of the Lord had put wisdom, and everyone whose heart was stirred to come and do the work. And they received from Moses all the offering which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of making the sanctuary. So they continued bringing to him free will offerings every morning. Then all the craftsmen who were doing all the work of the sanctuary came, each from the work he was doing. And they spoke to Moses, saying, This people bring much more than enough for the service of the work which the Lord commanded us to do. So Moses gave a command, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout all the camp, saying, Let neither man nor woman do any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. And all the people were restrained from bringing. That's enough. That's enough. And all the people were restrained from bringing. I'm going to take a leap. I'm going to take a leap of faith this morning. I'm going to talk about more than enough. More than enough. Tell your neighbor, pastor's going to preach about more than enough. I don't know whether I'm being completely pragmatic or psychotic. But wouldn't it be refreshing if the Ministry of Finance would run out here this morning and say, Pastor, tell the folk don't give another dime. We have more than enough. I mean, that's kind of idealistic, isn't it? That's pragmatic. Somebody said, no, you crazy, Pastor. If you think we're going to holler, we got enough, you got to be out of your mind. Well, getting more than enough is always a challenge. Maybe it's told better in the story of a pastor who came before his congregation on a morning, something like this, and said, people, the church is in deplorable condition. It's had a condemned notice tacked to it. This past week, we must get this building in order before they tear it down. And so he called on the leaders of the church. He said, I want the leaders of the church, first of all, to give a good offering. And story has it that chairman of deacons jumped up and said, Pastor, I want to be the first to give $5. And he pulled out his $50 bill and he was popping it as he was walking towards the offering table, and he was demanding, give him a change back. The story has it while he was standing there, a piece of plastic fell out the ceiling and hit him in the head. He looked up and said, make that 50. The pastor said, Lord, hit him again. God will get it. Can I get a witness? God knows where it is, and he knows who has given it to. And so now they're gathering up the goods. And the Bible says that these men were men of wisdom. That speaks to my soul, because there's something about education that drives me to want to do better. But wisdom is a soul gift from God. You can't buy wisdom. You can't get it in a book. You can't go to bed with your head on a book and wake up in the morning having wisdom. Wisdom is just like age. It comes solely from the Lord. And the God I serve, he's able, I tell you, he's able to give you what you need. Is there anybody here who have a need in your life? The church said, call him up. Call him. Yeah. Call him and tell him what you want. He's able, I tell you. Is there anybody here who knows that God is able? Have you tried it? Have you tried it? Don't fool me this morning. Have you tried it? I said the man is all right. He's all right. He's all right. Won't he give you peace in the midst of a storm? Won't he give you joy? Yeah! Real joy. This joy I have, the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. I'm so glad. I said, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I said, I'm so glad. Y'all excuse me this morning, but God, yeah, God has been good to me. Has he been good to you? Has he been good to you? Yeah, 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 yeah. I know he's been good. I know he's been good. I can't hold my peace. I can't keep quiet. If the man has been good to you, you ought to wave your hand. Wave your hand. Say, he's been good to me. If I couldn't wave my hand, I would just pat my feet. Y'all excuse me knee this morning. I just pat one foot twice until God take it on the other side. Because the God I serve, he's able. I said he's able. I know he's able. I know he's all right. Because the Bible says Moses told the folk, don't bring nothing else. I'm so glad God did that with Jesus. Up until Jesus, they were still bringing lambs. But when Jesus died out on Calvary, it was more than enough. I said it was more than enough. It was more than enough. Do you know it was more than enough? He died. He died. Yes, he died. But 3 days later, I said 3 days later, I said 3 days later, he got up. Yeah! He got up. Yeah! He got up with all power. All power. That sounds like more than enough. All power. All power. All power. I said all power. All power. All power. Holy Ghost power. All power. Power over sickness, power over death. All power, all power, all